Hi guys, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. If I look busted, that's because I just got out of a shift and I am very sleep deprived and tired. There is only one important thing that matters right now, and it's this book. Do you want to know the pain that I went through to get this book? So, the release date was yesterday. Today is, what day is it today? Today is Wednesday? Today's Wednesday and it came out yesterday. Did it? I don't even know what day it is, but it was released on the 7th and I got my hands on it last night. I had to work in the morning and that was my mistake. I should have asked for the day off, but I didn't, and I was supposed to get out at 3. I begged one of my managers to let me go home early. He let me go home 30 minutes early, so when I got out it was 2:30, and I was looking on the Target app to see what Target had this book. I didn't want to go to Barnes & Noble because I don't trust myself there. If I go in there, I already know I'm not going to come back out with just one book. It's going to be multiple books. It's a dangerous place to visit for me, at least. The Target that's close to my house says that there's 8 in stock left. I'm like, oh, perfect. By the time I get there, I'll have one copy. So I get there and I don't speed walk, but the way that I speed walked in that store, I was out of breath by the time I got to the book section. That's how you know that this dedication to find this book was real. I get to the book section and it's not there. Like, it's just not there. I found a worker and I asked him, oh, do you guys have this book? And he was like, oh, did you guys already check the book section? And I told him yes. And he's like, oh, I think we might have some in the back. He's looking at his little device and I'm like, yes, I found it on the first try. He goes, oh, actually there was only one left and it's already sold out. My little heart just dropped. So I was like, great. Now I have to be that person that travels from store to store until I find this book. I asked him where the other closest Target is that has this book. He told me another Target that had it and that they had 10 in stock. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll get lucky there. I go to that Target and that Target is so tiny. You could do a lap in there in 1 minute. Okay, maybe like 3 minutes. Seriously, that Target is so small. That book section was literally non-existent. It was a little shelf filled with 10 books max, I think, and that book was not there either. So I asked another worker. The worker looked it up and everything, and there was a copy there that they gave me. This book looked like it got hit by a double-decker bus. It was beat up. The excitement that I should have felt while holding that book was not there because it was not aesthetically pleasing to look at. I just left it there because I would rather get a good copy than a copy that is in bad condition, you know? At least for books that have been recently released. If they're old books, then I don't care, but this is a new book. I was like, do I keep going from Target to like Walmart trying to find this book, or do I just go to Barnes & Noble and cave? So I called Barnes & Noble and they were like, oh, we have plenty of copies, come on over. So I'm like thinking, oh great, no matter what, I'm gonna get a book today. I get there and there's a Target right across from that Barnes & Noble, and I'm thinking, should I go to Target first and see if they have that copy, or do I just go into Barnes & Noble immediately? I look up Iron Flame on the Target app. That Target didn't have it, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go inside Barnes & Noble and I need to have self-control while I'm in here. That's what I need, self-control, and to not buy the whole store. I go in there and as soon as you walk in, there's like different like little book sections. I kept walking forward and there was stands that had Fourth Wing, and there was 2 copies laid out of this book, and on the back of that little stand there was copies of the special edition of Fourth Wing. I look at the 2 copies and they don't look like they've been hit by a double-decker bus, but they're not like super perfect, right? One of them is a little bit worse than the other, so I grabbed the one that's in better condition. I grab it and I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna walk around and see if they placed it anywhere else, and then I'll grab a different copy that's in like perfect condition. I take a few steps and I look to see if it's anywhere else, and I hear a worker. She grabbed the other copy, the one that's a bit more beaten than the copy that I got, and she's like, no, it's bent, and I'm holding it for someone. And I'm thinking, wait, are these the only books that you guys have left? I literally called like 20 minutes ago and you told me that there was a bunch of copies. What happened? And I like circled the store, and sure enough, those were the only copies. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get this copy. 2 to 3 minutes later, there were people that were walking by the little iron flame display trying to see if they were going to put out books or whatnot, and people were asking if they had more books in stock, and there weren't any more copies. It was already about to be 6, so the chances of me finding that book last night would have been 0, and I don't know when I would have gotten my hands on another copy. For them to like get a new shipment and everything, it would have taken forever. I'm so glad that I was able to get down to the last 2 copies at Barnes & Noble, or I would have been so upset. So that was a long spiel of me just talking about the struggle of finding this book, but I kind of wanted to do a first reaction to reading this book, and this will be a non-spoiler, so I'll probably say like out of context quotes here and there or stuff like that, but I don't want to spoil anything for any of those who have not read this book. I just wanted to document it just so you can see my reactions while I'm reading this. And also, the lighting in here is probably gonna be weird because we already know daylight savings. It's already getting dark out, so I turned on the ring light. I apologize for that. Also, I have no self-control. I was supposed to film this video last night when I got it, but I was super tired because I worked in the morning and I got home late last night. So when I got here, I only read, so sorry, but I only read 1 chapter and then I knocked out, and I didn't take it to work because I have 0 self-control, and if I would have taken it to work, I would have most definitely read, and this video would cease to exist. I just read the 1st chapter and I haven't read anything else beyond the 1st chapter, so this is me starting from chapter 2, just so you guys know. If the lighting in here looks different each time, it's because I have the ring light on and it has like a rainbow setting on it. I don't want the bright white light to be hitting me the whole time that I'm reading because it's already getting dark out and I want it to feel like it's nighttime, so it's just gonna be at this light setting. This lighting is perfect reading lighting. I thought I was gonna have to use the flashlight on my phone in order to be able to read this, but it's fine. I can read this perfectly. Damn it, I forgot that I don't have a bookmark in here and I need to go grab one. Oh well, I'll grab it later. I am trying not to spoil myself by like watching TikToks or stuff on Instagram about this book because people have gotten it way earlier than expected, and they're also saying that chapter 25, like when you get to chapter 25, it's bad. I don't know what to expect, and I'm a little like I want to skip chapter 25 and pretend that it doesn't exist because of people's adamant reactions of how they're freaking out over that chapter. Hopefully I don't get there today because I'm not mentally prepared for whatever chapter 25 has in store for me. You know how that book ended with that cliffhanger that literally took my whole breath away? Basically starts where it left off. I really hope I don't fall asleep while I read this. My eyes feel so heavy from sleep deprivation. Me laying down in bed is very dangerous. I feel like I need to be sitting up straight instead of like half laying, half sitting on here because I fall asleep whenever I'm laying down, and this is me semi sitting, semi laying, but I low-key feel like I could fall asleep right now. We are gonna try our hardest not to do that. I'm not gonna say anything, but Andarna, they're talking about her. I'm not okay. This is the first Xaden encounter where they're both alone, and I'm scared. She has a question for him, right? And he goes, and you're only now telling me communicating is not your strength, is it? Don't worry, we'll work on it along with your shielding. And she goes, that's ironic coming from you. Speechless. Violet tells him, don't say anything else, not until I can protect myself from Dain, right? And he goes, honestly, I've considered scrapping the plan and just throwing him off the parapet. I think all of us want him thrown off of the parapet. So, you know how I told you, hopefully I don't fall asleep. Well, I took a nap and it is now 8:30. We're gonna continue reading because that was not supposed to happen. As Dain has entered the scene, and he's like, you're alive, we'd heard. And homegirl, this is why I love her, she goes, touch me and I swear to the gods I'll cut your fucking hands off and let the quadrant sort you out in the next round of challenges, period. Oh my gosh. So Xaden is with her, right? And there's like a mini crowd, and he says you should take her at her word. In fact, if you don't, I'll take personal offense. She made her choice and it wasn't you. It will never be you. I know it, she knows it, the whole quadrant knows it. I can't. He goes, Dain is like, you going to threaten to kill me, Rierson? And Xaden's like, no. Why should I when Sorengale is perfectly capable of doing that herself? She doesn't want you to touch her. Pretty sure everyone in the quadrant heard her. That should be enough for you to keep your hands to yourself. I'm living for this interaction right now. The nickname of Violence has entered the chat, and I could not be more happy. Just hearing him call her that brings me so much joy. So it says, I lock my shields in place just like Xaden taught me and fantasize about shoving Dain off the tower. Don't we all? Don't we all? The encounter that she had with Sloane, chills everywhere. I had goosebumps all over my body and I want to cry. Like, I really want to cry. Dain is out here trying to kiss our ass. It's not gonna work. We still hate him for what he did. A first year just did something that has left me speechless, and I'm so confused and I'm scared. Like, my heart is racing right now. You guys, this man literally wrote her a letter. A letter. He wrote her a letter. I am not okay. That is the bare minimum, and he has me like so folded. There's a new person in position of power, and I despise this man. He needs to die too, like him and Dain, top of the list. Him, Dain, and Dain's dad on top of the list of people that need to die in this book. You guys, It is literally, it's 1 in the morning right now, and I don't know what are the accurate facts of you saying like when your brain is very active, like all the dopamine or the serotonin or whatever it is coursing through my brain and through my bloodstream right now. All I'm gonna tell you is chapter 12. Chapter 12. I'm not even tired. Like, what even is sleep? I have work tomorrow, but who is even gonna sleep after what I just read right now? Like, the way that this was written is everything. I'm not okay. I'm unwell. Rebecca Yarros is doing it. She is doing it. She's making me lose sleep over this book, and I'm not even complaining. Hi. So, let me just start by saying that it is the next day. And by day, I mean it's already nighttime and it's 10 p.m. I had work and I went to go get food with my coworkers after. So I'm back now and I'm gonna continue reading. I went to sleep at 4 a.m. last night reading this book. I think I'm on page 200 and something, so I got kind of far into it, but not super into it. The reason why it's taking me so long to read this and I haven't gotten further, despite the fact that I started reading it like yesterday at around 8ish after my nap. Every time I like a certain scene or quotes or something like that, I reread it over and over and over again. That's why it takes me so long to finish books. But I don't want to go to sleep that late again because my body was not functioning today. I can feel the sleep deprivation in the back of my eyes. So hopefully I don't, one, fall asleep, or two, go to sleep at 4 in the morning again, or I'm gonna cry tomorrow. Let's get started. She just found out who was responsible for whipping him 107 times, and I don't know if I believe it. Like, I need confirmation from Xaden in order for me to believe what was just said. I'm shocked. Well, I shouldn't even really be shocked. I just made it to chapter 25 and I am terrified. I finished reading chapter 25 and understand why people are mad. Why would she do this? Like, why would she do this? I can't. I have no words. You know what I love? I love how overprotective Taryn is with Violet, but I also love how he hypes her up so much. That 4 a.m. life messed me up so bad that I went to sleep at like 12 yesterday. So it is indeed the next day. I'm going to try my hardest to finish reading it today. I hope I do. Like, you guys, there is a torture scene in this book and I almost cried because she saw someone there. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Also, that guy that I told you was on my shit list, I want him to die immediately. I hate him so much. His presence, he just breathes, and there's so much rage inside of me for that freaking character. And hey, so this is future me editing, and I just realized that in this next part there is a bit of a spoiler, so it's not anything major. If you want to keep watching, then you can, but proceed at your own risk. Don't say I didn't warn you. And if you want to skip ahead, then you can skip maybe about a minute or two and you'll be good. I never thought I would say this, but Dane is alright now.
Throwing him off the parapet. I think all of us want him thrown off of the parapet.
arc, which I hate Rebecca for. I hate when you are given the opportunity to forgive a character that you thought you were gonna hate till the end of time, and then they make you switch your mind because they do one heroic thing and it's like everything is okay. But I still remember everything that he did. But this small act is a step forward, a baby tiny weeny little step, but a step nonetheless. There's so many people in this book. I feel like I'm trying to solve a math equation, trying to figure out who's who. So she had a nightmare, right? And she woke up and Tern was like, stop talking to yourself, it makes us both seem unstable. And then she asked him, do you see my dreams? He basically tells her no, right? And he goes, stop allowing yourself to be tortured like a hatchling and wake yourself up like an adult. Bruh, Tern is a mood. He really said it makes us both seem unstable. I know I've said this many times, but when I tell you that I am not okay, like I am not okay, this woman is making me feel like I can't breathe. That's how she's making me feel, like I can't breathe. I want to tell you so badly what I have just read, but I can't because this is a huge spoiler. I just need you to know that I'm not okay. When you get to chapter 56, you will know why. Just know that I have no words. Like, I'm speechless once again. The kind of speechless where I can't believe she did this once again. I'm on the last chapter, the last sentence of the previous chapter, the second to last chapter. I know I've said this a million times, but what the fuck? I'm not okay. What am I supposed to do with my life until the next book comes out? She did not just do this. She did not. There's no way. I'm so scared. Have you guys watched the originals? If you have, you know all of those scenes where Klaus screams Rebecca's name in rage? That is how I feel right now with this ending. When does the next book come out? Let me just say, I would prefer the ending of the first book 1,000 times more than how this book ended. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with my life after this. What did I just read? I can't believe she went there. I can't believe it. I have no words. Don't even ask me what I would rate this book because I don't even know. I don't even know. How am I supposed to go on with my life after this? Violet was a bit annoying throughout the first half of the book. I mean, I understand where she was coming from, but it was getting a bit redundant and annoying after a while. This ending was crazy. What do I do now? I'm supposed to just go to sleep. How am I supposed to sleep after this? I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I liked making it. Well, except for the way that this book ended. It was fun. I really liked doing this, so let me know if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And thank you so much for watching. I just made a TikTok page, so if you want to follow, I'll link it down below. I'll see you all next time. Bye!